Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Kool-Aid Podcast. Today we're going to be looking at the match reaction today to Cadiz versus Barca. As always, before I introduce my co-host, I would like to say that you guys gotta like and subscribe and comment. We always post a link in Twitter. We always post a link on YouTube. If you guys want to come and chill with us, give your opinion, give your thoughts, you're more than welcome to. But let's dive right into it. Elias, what are your thoughts on today's game?
Barcelona versus Cadiz. I actually thought Barcelona played really well today. I thought that first half, I thought Barcelona showed some very promising signs. Barcelona were playing some very good football. With the additions of Christensen and Ferran Torres, that back to the lineup, I thought Barcelona played really well. I thought Ferran Torres had a fantastic game. It was just I thought Barcelona played well. The second half, I would say maybe we didn't have as many goal scoring occasions, but towards the end we were on the ropes. Barcelona did lose a little bit of control, but where we saw that big save from Ter Stegen. But I thought it was overall a good performance.
Yeah, no, I share your same thoughts. I thought today, I think it surpassed my expectations a little bit more than I would have thought. Especially considering that we both thought we were going to drop points today. We went in here thinking, we didn't get a great result during the week. Today, we thought it was going to be a hard game, but on the contrary, I thought we dominated well. Like you said, we showed great promise in the first half and the second half as well. I thought we played well. Um, Individually, I would like to say that the performances that stood out to me today were obviously Ferran Torres. We criticized him for not having the best form as of late and for playing with what almost seemed like a lack of confidence. Not really playing like himself. And I think today we saw more of what we're used to seeing from Ferran Torres. He was making good runs. I thought he was dribbling great today,
Okay.
which is something we haven't seen from him in a while. And of course, the
Yeah.
first goal was a result of him getting past the left back and giving that great cross to Lewandowski, which unfortunately couldn't go in. But then Sergio Roberto got on it and on the rebound and he's placed it in the net. So I thought it was a great team goal. Another performance that I really liked today, I actually thought Gabi had a really good game.
He did.
Um,
He
I,
did.
I, I thought De Jong, now something that might have flown under our radars is that De Jong had a good performance. He was playing more of that organizing Busquets role, more of that five position, whereas he likes playing either more of the six or the eight. But I thought he played well. I thought Sergio Roberto, although he's not, I mean, we didn't really consider him a midfielder. We've seen him play right back for so many years.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought he played a great game for for what we expect from him. I thought he played a great game. Ansu Fati, he left at times. He was phenomenal dribbling, but he left a lot to be desired. Lewandowski was being Lewandowski. Great finish from him. What a great shot. And defensively, I thought we were solid. Yes, we gave away some crucial chances that any other team would have scored on us, but overall, no goals were conceded, so we kept a clean sheet, and that's worth mentioning. But yeah, Eric Garcia, I thought he had a decent game today, even though he's a player I've criticized before because of his defensive attributes. He's good on the ball. He can pass it well, but defensively, he's prone to making mistakes. But today I think he did well. And Ter Stegen made two monster saves. One, the flick header that
Yeah,
that he
exactly.
directed to the post, and also, of course, the that play that they just got by him, and he just put his hand on it to take it into the corner. So
Mm-hmm.
overall, I thought it was a good team performance.
No, yeah. As you said, like as a result, the individuals playing well. I think the team collectively played well. I would say the only players who played who were underperforming, I would mostly point towards Ansu Fati. I thought Ansu Fati wasn't his most brilliant of games. I thought Lewandowski up until his goal was having a poor game as well. Just his touches were poor. He just wasn't able to connect to the game and everything. But that's what you get with Lewandowski. Even though if he isn't playing well, he still can basically add a clear goal or just add to the team. And so that's exactly why you have him. And Ansu Fati, it's tough because this is a player that there's so much expectation put on him, and injuries have completely just like derailed his career so far. when you see how brilliantly he started his career at Barcelona, and just he looks like a shadow of his former self, and he has shown brilliances before in the past in the past games. But I'm not here to basically criticize Ansu Fati. I think he needs time. He's still a young player. We have to think about that. He's very young. He's going to be here for a while, and we basically have to support him. Just like how Ferran Torres today put in a very good shift. We have to do the same for Ansu Fati. Uh, but the game as a whole, I thought went really well. And the one player who I think played amazingly well was Christensen. Christensen was a rock in the back. He was he was a calming force. He was able to intercept well. He reads the game so well. Just how well Christensen played today just makes me think why Xavi didn't start him on Thursday. Because if he starts on Thursday with Araujo, I'm sorry, but Manchester United do not score on us, and basically get themselves in the lead. But
You know,
it's just like that.
I'm sorry. What were you gonna say?
No, no, no. It's just like that. Like it's such a pity because I would have loved to see Christensen and Araujo go up against Man United.
Yeah, I think we all did. Well, right before I comment on the Man United situation, I wanted to say with Ansu Fati, it's a player that I've loved for some time now. He's a joy to watch when he's on. I can't think of a player that I can compare him to right now in modern day. I think he's very, very unique at what he does. Yeah, he plays mainly from the wing, but he scores goals. So everyone comparing Vini and Ansu Fati, I think that's a dumb comparison. I don't think either do what the other one does best. Um, but with that being said, I think you're right. I think he needs time. Um, he's he. We can only imagine what it does to a young player like that. What will you be doing in the same shoes? I mean, we're about the same age as him. All the expectations. You're wearing the number 10 for Barcelona. You came up in the scene from a young age. So it's just so many expectations, and when you underperform in the slightest way, of course, people are quick to say you're a fraud or that you're overrated, and they just, it's part of the game, it's part of life. People just compare you to everyone. But do I think Ansu Fati will bounce back from this? Of course. Until a few months ago, everyone was talking about how Marcus Rashford fell off, how he's now going to be the
Yeah,
same, because we got to remember Marcus Rashford around 2017, 2018, he was having just phenomenal seasons. And then for the last couple of years or so, I would say he was having a very poor run. But he came back, and look what he's doing now. And again, that's a player that everyone doubted. Even at times myself, I had doubts. But it's part of the game. I think Ansu Fati will bounce back and prove everyone wrong. And I really hope I do. I really hope he does, because he's just a player that I love seeing play, and he seems like a good guy. So, who doesn't like seeing him win? But talking about Man United, of course, I think Christensen playing would have made a huge impact. We saw with Marcos Alonso and Jordi Alba, there's a reason Marcus Rashford played on the right side for a long time, and I think with Balde and Christensen there, that just wouldn't have been the case. But it is what it is. It's a thing of the past. Now we can just look to Thursday, to the future, and what what a sight for sore eyes that table is, huh?
yeah. 8 points, 8 points at the top.
For sure. And again, we're doing what we need to do. I've said it before. These are the games that matter the most. Winning or tying or losing a Clásico is important, but nonetheless, it's not the only fixture you got to worry about. You can't always focus on, hey, when playing big teams, you also gotta, you gotta eat your vegetables. You gotta win against the lower teams, and at times those are the hardest teams, because, like we said, they play a low block, and
Yeah,
Barca style isn't really. It's not that it's not suited to play a low block team, but it's harder for us because we generate all these chances,
yeah.
but
And on
we
top of that,
put them away.
but when we don't have like a Messi, for example, who can basically unlock teams out of nothing, it makes it really hard to break these very tactical and organized teams who defend well.
Hmm.
Um,
Before we move on from that, I wanted to say props to Cadiz today. I thought they gave us a great match. They attacked, they defended, and I thought for most of the first half and the second half they were great defensively. They barely gave us genuine chances. We had
yeah,
to shoot outside a lot. We had to go for crosses, and they play well. They defended great, but I wanted to say one thing is the future for Barca is looking bright right now. The season is looking great. we keep the 8 point lead, um, and we just keep winning. We seem to be unstoppable right now in the league, and we gotta hopefully continue that. And now I think our biggest story right now is just to perform the Europa League. I don't know. He had a slight audio mistake there, but yeah, no, we just gotta compete in the league right now, in the Europa League, of course, and try to get the best result because not only is Manchester United a great side and a great opponent, but most importantly, it's another competition, more silverware for the team to continue and to carry on and be successful. And I think that's about the most important thing we can do right now. But yeah, that's just how it is at the moment.
No, yeah, yeah. Just for example, like my speakers like were connected to my neighbor's music, and that's why like you heard that loud sound.
Mhm.
Um, but okay, so Barcelona now have the 8 point gaps in La Liga. Next week we're going to be playing against Manchester United, and then we're going to be playing against Almeria in the weekend. Barcelona have two big games. Barcelona were able to rotate and everything, basically rest some players for that game. Um, but who's your man of the match in this game?
My man of the match has to be Ferran Torres.
Ferran Torres?
Yeah, I agree. Christensen was insane today. He had a great match, but looking back on it, I think Ferran Torres was the key to unlocking the attack today, and he just had a phenomenal performance. I can't I can't let that go on unnoticed. So I had to give it to him.
Okay, okay. See, the thing with always like you tend to give the man of the match always to like the player who like is in the offense or who scores the goal, just because like you get all the headlines. But once again,
No, I'm saying Christensen is a close second for me. I just
I know I honestly couldn't find anything wrong with Christensen's game. I know Ferran Torres played brilliantly. Just it's so tough to not give it to Christensen. But once again, I thought these were some of the best minutes that Ferran Torres had in the Barcelona shirt. So yeah, I think you have to give it to him. Just I think it's like super unfair just not give it to Christensen just because like the performance he had. I thought he played really well. But before we run off the episode, Alex, what was your match rating on the game?
my match rating has to be an 8. Um, or maybe if I was feeling a little less generous, a 7.5, just
Okay.
because yes, we got the win, but we were at home. It was a 2-0 win. It wasn't comfortable. We were conceding a lot of chances. Cadiz could have easily tied the game or even won it at points.
Yeah.
So even though the defense was solid, it wasn't solid enough to for me to say yeah, it's like 8.5 or even a 9. So I'm just gonna be fair. I'm gonna say it was an 8.0 performance.
Okay. Um, I'm actually gonna go with the same result. Barcelona got the win. They kept a clean sheet. It was the most brilliant performances, but what can you expect? Barcelona right now are in a process of just like, hey, just get the wins no matter what the cost, and just keep the winning momentum going. And I'm pretty sure the players were already thinking about next week, Manchester United, and I really hope that we basically get through that game because if we don't, the media how they're going to slander Barcelona is it's not going to be fun. But guys, that was it for tonight's episode. Tune in for our match preview for that Manchester United game. As always, guys, like, subscribe, and comment. And on Twitter, we post a link at Cooley Podcast 10. If you guys ever feel like joining onto the discussion and basically adding to it, feel free to click the link. But as always, guys, like, subscribe, and comment. We'll see you guys all in the next episode.